Angel Reese does not belong in this league. Angel Reese, this league is a paycheck for Angel Reese. So while I get maybe September to October, even September to early November, you take a break, you relax, you chill, you get your body right. Of course, if you're injured and all that, that's different. But if you're not, and you're able to work on some skills.
Angel Reese's performance in the unrivaled league has sparked heated discussions, raising questions about whether social media hype is masking deeper issues with her on-court abilities. For a player often promoted as the face of the future WNBA, last night's performance revealed troubling gaps in fundamental basketball skills. But the most striking statistic? When Angel Reese was subbed out, her team actually started winning. Let's break this down. The Rose Basketball Club, Reese's team, faced challenges right from the start. The team has its fair share of issues. Let's be honest, even the team names in this league could use a revamp, but none were more glaring than Reese's performance.
Well, Angel Reese, yesterday, for her unrivaled team, the Rose Basketball Club. Who picked these names in this league? God, dog, they're awful. She had her worst, what can be described as her worst professional.
Her struggles were evident from the opening minutes, where a double dribble violation set the tone. This wasn't just a simple mistake. It reflected deeper concerns about her readiness for professional basketball. 8 minutes on the court, 2 field goals from 6 attempts, 4 points, and 3 turnovers. Those stats tell the story of a player who couldn't find her rhythm. To put this into perspective, this is a 3-on-3 format, a format designed to showcase individual talent with fewer players on the court, more space to operate, and simplified defensive schemes. Yet, instead of thriving in this favorable environment, Reese struggled to even find her footing. One of the game's most baffling moments came early on, during what should have been an easy fast break opportunity. Imagine this, a professional basketball player, completely alone on a fast break, with no defenders in sight, deciding to pass up an uncontested layup. This wasn't just a bad decision. It was a moment that screamed a lack of confidence in even the most basic basketball skills. Moments like these make you wonder, is the pressure of living up to the hype getting to her? And then there's the foul situation.
8 minutes. 8 minutes? 8 GD minutes? 2 for 6 from the field. It's good to see that field goal percentage is not getting any better.
4 fouls in just 8 minutes of play. It's almost unheard of. In a 3-on-3 game, where defensive rotations are straightforward and the pace allows for more frequent rests, this level of fouling points to a fundamental lack of discipline and awareness. These aren't just technical fouls. They're avoidable mistakes that speak volumes about game preparation and mental composure. Now, let's shift focus to shooting. 2 made field goals on 6 attempts might not seem like a disaster at first glance, but the context is what raises alarms. These weren't contested shots or desperate end-of-shot clock heaves. These were open looks, created by teammates, in a game format tailored to highlight offensive skills. Contrast this with Lexi, a player with far less media hype.
Double streak became a me show. The team disintegrated, right? Other talented players on that team got pushed aside, and it was done. One could argue their coach got fired over it.
Hull delivered an impressive 19 points on 8 of 11 shooting. Her performance wasn't flashy, but it was efficient, fundamentally sound, and exactly what her team needed. Hull didn't chase highlight reel moments or try to force plays. She simply played smart basketball. This raises a crucial question. Is fundamental basketball being overshadowed by social media hype? Reese's struggles extended to the defensive end as well. In a game where defensive responsibilities are simplified, she still found herself out of position multiple times, often leading to unnecessary fouls. These are issues that should be second nature for a player aiming for the WNBA, but they seem to be recurring problems.
If those gym videos where she's shooting threes, this and that and the other, are not actually set up and actually directed content.
This brings us to the inevitable comparison with Caitlin Clark. While Reese has built a strong social media presence, Clark has been busy building a complete offensive arsenal. From shooting deep threes to creating plays for her teammates, Clark's performances highlight her superior basketball IQ and skill set. Watching Reese struggle last night made it impossible to ignore the gap between these two players. One particularly revealing moment came in the second quarter when Reese attempted to create her own shot off the dribble. The result? A high dribble that left her vulnerable, poor footwork that prevented her from creating separation, and a forced shot that had almost no chance of going in. These aren't isolated mistakes. They're fundamental flaws that will need significant work before Reese can thrive at the professional level. The impact of Reese's performance on her team was equally concerning. When she was on the court, the team's spacing suffered, driving lanes were clogged, and the offense became predictable. Without a reliable jump shot to keep defenders honest, Reese inadvertently disrupted her teammates' ability to find their rhythm. And let's not ignore the conditioning aspect. In just 8 minutes of play, there were visible signs of fatigue, a red flag, especially in a format that allows for frequent rests. If conditioning is an issue now, how will she handle the demands of a full WNBA season? Reese's performance raises larger questions about the state of women's basketball and player development. Are we prioritizing social media metrics and viral moments over fundamental skill development? The answer seems to be yes, and last night's game was a clear example of what happens when that balance is off. Professional basketball requires more than just athleticism or popularity. It demands a deep understanding of the game, a strong work ethic, and the ability to elevate your team. Players like Lexi Hull prove that solid fundamentals win games, not flashy highlights. For Reese, the road ahead will require honest self-assessment and a commitment to addressing these gaps in her game. This isn't just about one bad performance. It's about building the skills and mindset needed to succeed at the highest level. The question is, can she rise to the challenge, or will the hype continue to outpace her development? As fans, coaches, and scouts reflect on last night's game, the message is clear. Success in basketball is about more than just viral moments. It's about showing up, putting in the work, and playing smart, team-oriented basketball. For Reese, this performance should serve as a wake-up call, a reminder that talent alone isn't enough. It's how you develop and apply that talent that truly matters.